Sliding no bend, now I'm feeling like Venom. I told her kick it, back him, squeezing a Mac, lemons, walk down, boy.
It's the dark-skinned Savage, my neighbor. Hey man, this video just randomly pop up on my screen, man. I was like, man, this sounds like an interesting video. But yeah, man, this one's called Son Wukong, the original Crashout. It's made by Jptalktoomuch. Shout out to him.
That's that Monkey King joint.
Yeah, that's that Monkey joint.
I gotta rewatch that,
Yeah,
bro.
man. I never played the game, but I know the lore.
Yeah, I never played it.
But I haven't seen the movie in like a long time. Cause it's not a movie, it's a show.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
This is actual
characters in fiction. I don't care what shenanigans Lex Luthor has pulled. I don't care what Dio has done. They are not reaching Son Wukong's level of petty. Bro legit had zero reason to run the fade. Not just with the entire court of heaven and Lord knows how many deities. But Buddy even tried to throw hands with Buddha himself. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe.
Why you got BTS on?
And if you want extra praise from the channel, consider becoming a member. Now without further ado,
He look sound like all our Wulu.
The Crashout vibe.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Wukong was a cocky dude, bro.
Oh wow. Yeah, man.
Now, a perfect way that I found to describe Wukong at the beginning of Journey to the West is the severe ends of ADHD, right?
Man, what the?
Bro cannot sit still to save his life. Well, he actually did, but that was a rare occasion. Wukong is a crash out of the highest order, but I'm not going to be covering the entire story of Journey to the West, but that bit would be way too long. I'm only covering his first crash out until he got pinned under the mountain. Anywho, we're going to start from the beginning. Wukong was born from a rock egg inside a rock on top of a mountain. And the first thing he decided to do was bow to the four cardinal directions. Of course, he's not rude. But in the process of doing that, bro fired his laser eye. And they managed to reach the Jade Palace, where the Jade Emperor lives. Basically the big guy upstairs. And everybody was like, huh? What was that? They basically looked down and was like, oh, it's just a stone monkey. And he was like, oh, that's it? Everybody just go back to whatever you were doing. Apparently, a monkey born from a rock being able to shoot lasers is just normal to this guy.
That's a Superman monkey right there.
Have a name yet. Just lived on Flower Fruit Mountain.
You know, most of like
until one of the monkeys
most fictional characters are inspired by this nigga.
The river to its source. And all the other monkeys was like, what? That's a great idea. So they followed it, and of course it led to a waterfall. But now this poses another question. What's behind the waterfall? Now between all these other monkeys, none of them was brave enough to go check out what's on the other side. Until Wukong just hopped through. And what did he find? Prime real estate, of course. Bro found a completely furnished crib to live in. And all the other monkeys was like, bet that up, yes. And they all decided they just want to live in. Now, since the stone monkey was the only one brave enough to jump through the waterfall and see what's behind it, they decided to make him king. And they all lived happily ever after in Water King. Until the stone monkey was sitting down one day and was like, hey George, can I die? By the way, we're calling the monkey who came up with the idea to follow the river George. Because he's curious like that. And George was like,
Curious George.
Man, you just grow old and die. And the stone monkey's world just got turned upside down because, bro, what? Die? I was just enjoying being born. He decides he can't stand for this. So Brody goes on a pilgrimage. 9 years, 2 whole continents to find a way to extend his life until he ends up on the doorstep of the monk Sababi. And bro asked Wukong, like, what do you want me to teach you? And bro got straight to the point. He was like, I want to learn how to be immortal. Shut the fuck up, bro. We can't have everybody know I can teach you that. That lesson is reserved for my most dedicated students. And Wukong was like, I bet. Sababi decides to teach him how to be immortal. And Wukong, the most ADHD-ridden character in fiction, somehow studied for 7 years to become immortal. And Buddy was happy. He's like, oh man, I finally managed to increase my lifespan. The monk was like, great, but quick disclaimer, the court of heaven doesn't agree with this teaching, so they're gonna try to kill you once every 500 years. Wukong was like, what? First of all, you're supposed to give the disclaimer before I even agreed to this. I was like, relax. I'm gonna teach you how to avoid it. In the first 500 years, they're gonna strike you with lightning. After that, they're gonna cook you, literally. And if those 2 methods don't work, they're just gonna disintegrate you. And Wukong's head was just spinning at this point. Oh, by the way, the monk Sababi was the one who gave Son Wukong his name, meaning monkey awakened to emptiness. Anywho, like I said, bro, Son Wukong's head was just spinning. He didn't know how to take this. But the monk was like, yo, relax. I can teach you how to avoid them. And so he teaches Wukong how to shapeshift into like 72 different things. And also taught him how to fly in the process. And because the monk didn't want to deal with Wukong's shenanigans and him potentially drawing attention to his teaching, Bro told him to go the fuck home. And when he finally arrived back at Flowerfruit Mountain, he comes back to find all the other monkeys terrified. Now George is like, hey, yo, where you been? It's been like 60 years. My bad, gang. You know, I had to take time to myself to level up real quick. Why is there less of you guys here? So yeah, about that. While you were gone, this big old demon was just coming around kidnapping monkeys for slaves. Wukong was flabbergasted. And then he got angry. So he goes to the dude's crib and he's like, yo, word on the street is you've been kidnapping my monkeys to use as servants. Run me the fate. And of course, with a whole bunch of new abilities, he beats the brakes off this dude and take all his monkeys back. And then he thinks for a second, he's like, yo, we cannot have this happening again, bro. Y'all need to learn to defend yourself. So he trains all of them and gives them weapons. Great. But then he's like, damn, none of these weapons work for me. Because he's too cool. But here comes George being helpful again. Yo, Wukong, you know, I heard the Dragon King of the East, he has weapons. You like, yeah, go check up with him. So Wukong goes to the Dragon King's palace to get a weapon. And he wasn't satisfied with anything.
I think we're under the water.
This big ass pillar. And he's like, damn, Loki, that would be great. But it's too big. But once he grabs it, it shrunk to the size he desired. And Brody was like, hey, yo, I thought they go crazy. The Dragon King of the East was just flabbergasted because, bruh, that pillar weighs like 17,000 pounds.
Okay,
now,
that's
Wukong was
crazy.
absolutely happy. But then he was like, damn, bro, this is great, but the fit ain't fitting. I had this cool-ass staff with some boo-boos on my feet. And this is where the Crashout begins. This bro was like, hey, yo, Dragon King, you got a fit for me that could go with this? With like some black forces or anything? And the Dragon King was like, before you answer that, I might just have to test the potency of this staff on your head. I'm gonna just convene with my brothers and we'll see if we can get you something. Brody really threatened the Dragon King just so he could get a fit to go with the staff.
That's crazy.
Anywho, the Dragon King convened with his brothers and they made him this golden armor with some black forces because this nigga's unhinged. And they sent him on his own. He gets back to Flowerfruit Mountain and decided he wanted to show off his fit. But in all his excitement, he transforms into a giant version of himself, scaring a bunch of the local demon kings to Flowerfruit Mountain. And they all pulled up and was like, hey bro, we don't want any problems. And Wukong was like, oh, bet that up. And finally got some respect around this dude. He goes back to living his daily life, chilling. But one day as he was sleeping, two emissaries of King Yama, the guy who rules the underworld, comes and takes his soul. And he woke up and beat the brakes out of both of them, killing them. And he rampaged his way up to the 10 Kings to launch a complaint. He pulls up and is like, hey, yo, this is an injustice. I'm supposed to be immortal, and somehow I was kidnapped out of my sleep and brought to the underworld. Somebody gotta pay. And the 10 Kings were like, yo, relax. It was probably just a mistake. Mistake? Yeah, you probably supposed to die today, and it's in the Legends of Death, so it's not their fault. Well, then who's at fault? They're like, look, just go and check the Legends of Death if your name is still in there. So Wukong goes and checks for his name, finds it in the Legend of Death, erases it, along with a bunch of other monkeys he knows, including George. By the way, he wasn't supposed to do that, so they tried to catch him. But
That's
he
crazy.
his way out of hell. He goes
But I ain't
back
seen this shit in a long
like,
time, bro.
"Hey, yo,
Yeah.
boys, we immortal."
Following the
Niggas
story.
celebrate. Meanwhile, the Jet Emperor is getting a bunch of complaints about this Monkey King, and he is getting tired. And he's like, bro, we need to arrest this man. But the Gold Star of Venus was like, hey, how about instead of arresting him, we just invite him to be part of the court of heaven. Then we can keep a watch on him and whatever he does. And the Emperor's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So he went and got him. The Jet Emperor's like, hey buddy, so we're gonna give you this cool position called the P-Mile Inn. You're gonna be head of the Imperial Stables. And he's like, bet that up. He's happy. Bro, he is excited about this job, bro. He got a job. He's happy. Until one day, he made the mistake of asking what rank he is. And one of the Celestials was like, yeah, buddy, you are like all the way at the bottom of everything, of everybody. And Wukong gets hot. He's like, ain't no way, bro. They need to put some respect on my name. I'm Big Dog Wukong. So he rampages his way out of heaven and heads back to Water Curtain Cave to Soul. Bro was sitting there like, ain't no way, bro. You didn't play with me, bro. Like, shit. That should be
nigga
called
want
the
war.
Great Sage. You go to heaven. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great time. Bro, I am the great sage equal to heaven. Now, the Jet Emperor hears about this. He's like, oh my goodness, bro. Somebody go get him. So they send the Mighty Spirit God to get him. And he gets his ass beat. And after that, they decided to send Nezha after him. And let me tell you, bro, Nezha is so cool. Like, he got these flaming wheels that he rides on, bro. There's like a whole movie. Anywho, Nezha's like, yo, stop being a crybaby and come out. And Wukong's like, yo, go tell your boss I want to be called the great sage equal to heaven. By the way, this is Wukong's entire reason for crashing out the way he does. Like, Brody crashed out over a title. Nezha's like, bro, we're gonna square up. Nezha transfers into the
Shit, I crash out too, nigga. What you mean I'm in the bottom of the barrel, nigga?
Wukong was like, bet, and does the same thing.
It's the fact that they lie to him.
Notice how they keep showing Dragon Ball Z? Because like that, Dragon Ball Z is heavily inspired by this character. Well, Goku's character.
The Jade Emperor is like, the great what? You know what? I'm tired of playing these games. You send the army and off with his head. But the God Star Venus who was there, he's like, yo, chill, relax. Why don't we just do as he said? Huh? I mean, we just give him an empty title. That way, we don't have to lose our entire army fighting one monkey. The Jade Emperor agrees, and they went together. They're like, all right, Wukong, you know, we recognize you, and you will be known as the great sage equal to heaven. They give this man his own luxurious little room, bro, where he gets his own servants and waited on, bro, like feeding grapes. Bro, what's happening? But then one of the Celestials was talking to the Jade Emperor, and he's like, wait, what happens when Wukong gets bored? Because with how Wukong is, it's not a matter of if, but when he gets bored. And the Jade Emperor got some more flashbacks. He's like, fuck, we need to do something about this. So he's like, Wukong, I got an important, like, super important job for you, buddy. I need you to tend to the Garden of Immortal Peaches. And Wukong
And he ate them shits and got like multiple layers of immortality, bro.
Damn, bro.
That's crazy.
Multiple layers of immortality, bro. That don't even make sense.
Wukong is one, impulsive, two, has ADHD on crack. So when he's watching the Immortal Peaches, he's bored. And he's like, damn, these are some delicious.
And he was so scared of death, bro. He did it.
The entire Garden of Peaches,
Yeah.
making him doubly immortal. So when it's time to have the Heavenly Peach Festival, the Queen Mother of Heaven sends her maidens to get their peaches. And when they got there, they're like, yo! Wukong, what
Nigga ate all the
happened?
peaches,
Where are
bro.
all the peaches? And Wukong getting caught. He's like, shit. He knocks him out and tie him up. And then he's like, hey, yo, did they say something about a party? I wasn't invited. So bro transforms into a random Celestial that was invited and goes to the party. When he gets there, he smells the wine. He's like, shit, where my food? He drinks all the wine. Now, bro is stupidly drunk, stumbling around to find somewhere to, sleep this off. And he somehow stumbles into Lao Tzu's laboratory, where this man was working on some pills of immortality. And he had like 4 different gourds of them. And Wukong proceeds to shovel every single one of them down his throat, which made him like quadruply immortal, because the wine also made him immortal too. But also, it sobered him up, and he's like, shit, fuck. So he runs away to hide from the consequences of his action. And everybody that he wronged, the 7 maidens, Lao Tzu, the random Celestial he impersonated, all goes to complain to the Jade Emperor. They're like, hey, yo, bro, Wukong ruined the festival. He ate all the peaches, drunk the wine, and he got into Lao Tzu stuff. And the Jade Emperor was just tired at this point. He's like, oh my God, bro, this nigga had one job. We gave him one singular job and he failed. You know what? Send the army after him. This time I'm done. So they send the army after him. He beats the shit out of the entire army. Meanwhile, the Bodhisattva Kuan Yin, who was invited to the festival, pulls up and she's like, where's the festival? What's going on? And they explain to her what Wukong did. So she sends her attendant Moksha to check out what's going on. Moksha gets into a fight with Wukong, eventually losing. So he goes back to Kuan Yin, he's like, hey, yo, that nigga is strong, bro. What the hell? They the entire army down there. Kuan Yin's like, oh, wow.
Except my bones.
Might be able to help. So they send Erling Shen to fight him, because he's just that guy. And still, Wukong was matching this man in battle. While they were having their crazy transformation battles, Lao Tzu pulls up with a diamond snare and catches Wukong. Great! But what do we do with him? And the Jade Emperor, completely forgetting what the word immortal means, tried a bunch of different ways to kill him, which doesn't work. Until Lao Tzu's like, hey, what? We can shove him in my brazier of 8 trigrams for 49 days. That should remove all the immortality out of him and leave him dead in the process. So, hey, everybody wins. And that's what they decided to do. 49 days later, they opened the brazier, and Brody is mad because the only thing the brazier did was turn his eyes red from the smoke. And yeah, he's pissed, so he beats his way out of heaven. And everybody's like, shit.
That ain't even reduce that shit?
No, at this current point, the Jade Emperor is so he's just so tired of this. He is completely done with Wukong's shenanigans and doesn't see any other way. So he calls the Buddha for help. He's like, oh my God, bro, can you come down here and help us? Like, we've tried everything we can't with this monkey. So Buddha pulls up while Wukong is fighting like 36 thunder deities, and he's like, hey, yo, Wukong, bro, what's going on? And Wukong being in his head, he's like, you know what? Forget being the great sage equal to heaven. I feel like overthrowing the Jade Emperor. And Buddha's like, yeah, great. You want to make a bet? And Wukong's like, bet? I love gambling. Let's go. And Buddha's like, if you can jump out of the palm of my hands, you can.
And he was still in the palm of his hand when he jumped too, nigga.
Bro stands on Buddha's palm and does a huge backflip to the edge of the universe. When he gets there, he sees 5 pillars. And bro's like, I'm about to make a great emperor when I get back. But before he leaves, he pees on one of the pillars because Monkey and graffitis his name on. He goes back and he's like, I made it to the edge of the universe. Give me my new position. And Buddha's like, right. Look at my hand. I'm pretty sure you recognize the smell. And, yeah, the graffiti too. And Wukong was like, shit.
That nigga jumped so high and was still in that nigga hand, bro.
So he tried to run away. Buddha being the Buddha smacks his ass, and the hand turned into a mountain. And then put a seal on top of the mountain so he couldn't get out. And Brody was stuck there for like 500 years until Jptalktoomuch came to start the journey to the west. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Son Wukong crashed out over a fucking title. Brody was so mad they wouldn't call him the great sage equal to heaven, he decided to squabble up with the entire court of heaven and had to mess around and find out with Buddha. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And before you
That's
go with
great.
it here, I have a plushie, and it's releasing very soon. If you want to verify your family members, there's going to be a link in the description where you can be the first person to know when we launch. And
Nigga, imagine jumping so high. Like,
And you
nigga,
never
cause
let that
Wukong
nigga
could
hit.
jump high as fuck. Like, he could jump high as shit. That nigga jumped, and he saw 5 pills. He was still in the palm of his fucking hand.
So that's just like how big Buddha
Bro,
is.
Buddha is fucking Buddha, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga is him. That's the only nigga that could actually, nigga, humble his shit. Cause he was also like very cocky too.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is the fact that even Buddha can't even kill this nigga, bro.
Yeah,
Like all
You
they
can't
can do
really,
was
but the
seal
nigga
him
has
off, bro.
multiple layers of immortality. Like, you literally can't kill him. Like, he's unkillable. That's why he locked him in.
So he definitely God, bro.
I like how this dude narrates his shit too.
Yeah.
It looked like he was switching.
He was doing a really good job. I like how he narrated it too.
Yeah, he was
I know
going
I
from,
kind of
like-
spoiled some of it, but I did it.
No,
at,
not really.
I did it at the same time, like when he was about to say, because I knew where he was going with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, that nigga when he said the Garden of Peaches, I was like, yeah, those peaches gave him mortality.
I remember,
bro.
when he talk about everything, like it was just coming back to me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like it's been
I didn't
a while.
even know that also the wine had immortality in it and the fucking the pills. I didn't even know those. I didn't know anything about that. I just know about the Garden of Peaches where he ate all them shits, pissed everybody off, and
But I'm saying, like, I like how he was like, he would show the movies, and then he would show the cartoon.
yeah, the cartoon.
And then like the
Yeah,
book or
like
some shit.
the
and
old version too. as
yeah,
well.
like in the old movie. Hey man, but anyway, man, that will be it for today's video, man. Shout out to this dude right here, man.
Okay.
JP talk too much. I don't know why he kind of sound like freaking Olawulu a little bit to me.
He talked too much though, but very
Nah, but
good.
it was very
a
good.
good too much talk. Like it was, I fuck with it.
Hey man, anyway, man, that's it for this video. If y'all got any other videos y'all want to check out, make sure y'all leave them down below.
So we out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.